it's me, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Hey, check out my new tag team, baby, Monte and the Pharaoh.
Hey, Jimmy, don't forget to tell them about Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast.
Well, you know what, I would, but you already did it.
It's Monte and the Pharaoh.
With Monte and Pharaoh.
The Monte and Pharaoh Show.
Monte and Pharaoh, bro.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
Monte and the Pharaoh. Monte and the Pharaoh.
The Monte and Pharaoh Show.
And you're watching the Monte and Pharaoh Show.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
With Monte and the Pharaoh.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
It's Monte and the Pharaoh.
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 Monte and Pharaoh. It's Monte and the Pharaoh.
And Monte and the Pharaoh. Oh, is it Monte and the Pharaoh?
Monte and Pharaoh.
The Monte and the Pharaoh Show.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
To the Monte and the Pharaoh Show. And it's Monte and the Pharaoh, baby.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
With Monte and the Pharaoh.
Monte and the Pharaoh. Oh, what a run.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
Monte and the Pharaoh. Hey, cut the fucking music. When you want the best in professional wrestling, Long Island, there's only one place you're going to get it, right here.
Monte and the Pharaoh. Now, that's not just the coolest, and that's not just the best. That, my friends, is just incredible.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
You've got the future Hall of Famer, that rocker, Marty Jannetty, and MJ in the house, and I'm sitting here with two more future Hall of Famers, Monte and the Pharaoh. We're doing that stuff, and we gonna rock it.
Straight to the top. We're living this life, not just dreaming it, we're doing it for real. Straight to the top. Working hard every day just to live out that tower.
All right, welcome to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Monte and the Pharaoh, seen out of Ronkonkoma, New York, live from Indie Music TV. And at the board is our super producer, Matthew. Matthew, how are you?
Good, as always.
You're looking good, dude.
Thank you.
You are looking good. We were just talking about what a great head of hair you got.
Yeah, I know. There's I heard that bit of commotion before about your thing issue.
About us being old. Well, I'm bald. Well, no,
Yeah.
we were actually
Not there. What?
we were actually marveling at the head of hair that the Pharaoh has. And by the way, to my right is the star of the show, Mr. Jimmy Pharaoh. Jimmy, how are you, bud?
Yeah, good morning. Full head of hair, and I'm ready for action. Hey.
Dude, are those new glasses? I'm
Is there
kind
a
of
barber in the house?
I like those new glasses.
You like
those
these new
aviator
Yeah,
glasses.
you can thank Bart for these new glasses because I lost my pair. Thanks, Bart.
I like them.
You like them? Yeah.
Let me take a look at you a little closer.
What?
You're looking good.
What do you mean closer?
Come closer.
Come on, man. Stop. Easy there, Patterson. Oh, sorry.
By the way, to everybody out there, happy 4th of July.
Yeah?
What are you doing for 4th of July, my friend?
I'll be slinging liquor. That's about it. Working,
a fan of ours, Yasina Nunez. It's her birthday today, and everybody always wants a birthday shout out from the Pharaoh.
Back in the Facebook days. Happy birthday there, kid. She's from Texas, right?
She's from Texas.
That's the one from Texas.
Well, it's funny.
Wait a minute, she's the Gangrel fan.
She's the
guy.
But this is why you're the star of the show, because speaking of Texas, it seems like things are going backwards in California and Texas.
Ooh, regarding
COVID. Confirmed cases for the United States, 2,658,000.
What?
125,000 deaths.
Ooh.
720,000 recovered. Wow. California yesterday recorded the highest single-day rise in COVID-19 cases.
Right.
Thoughts?
And we're going to open everything back up, huh? This does not seem very solid to me. Hey, everybody, let's go watch a baseball game. Aren't you? What are we doing here?
Wait, you know what? I
don't think anybody knows what they're doing.
One thing I want to weigh in on why me and the Pharaoh are such losers.
What?
The NBA starts back, I think, in the end of July. Right?
Go on. What?
In Orlando, the NBA starts back.
Back in July.
Out of 26 teams, 22 teams are in the playoffs. Guess what team's not?
Looks like the Knicks are out of luck.
Dude, why can't they just let the Knicks play? I mean,
because no
give
one
us
wants
something
to
to
see
root
a
for.
team that my high school team could beat the crap out of. That's why. The Knicks are horrible.
How bad can you be that you can't even get invited to a tournament of 22?
I remember when Patrick Ewing retired, and some people were actually glad. And I said, you have no idea of the thundercloud that's about to come upon this franchise. And it's been 2 decades of God help us.
So I think you know I'm a huge fan of Ewing.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I was also a huge fan of the guy they traded him for. Do you remember who it was?
Who did they trade him for? Holy 1999, 2000.
Rice.
Glenn Rice.
Remember Glenn Rice?
Yeah,
Mr. Three-pointer?
Yeah, but that didn't really work out for us.
No, it didn't work out at all.
It didn't work out for Ewing either. Ewing was like, I'm done. Is this a Sonics uniform? I'm done. Yeah, that was kind of sad. Poor Patrick, man. Needed a ring. Damn it. It's painful, isn't it?
It's sad.
It's Lundqvist on skates. It's Henrik Ewing.
Lundqvist on skates.
Patrick Ewing and Henrik Lundqvist, to me, ran such parallel, tragic stories. They were clearly some of the best
Dude, we are
players
such
of
New
their time.
Yorkers, man. We got to kind of get out of the New York state of mind.
Why's that?
Because we're trying to go nationwide. We are nationwide.
What, they've never heard of Derek Jeter in California?
Yeah, but you know, I think
we don't have complete losers everywhere here. Derek Jeter's from this damn town. What are you talking about? Now every team stinks. And look, we're Jet fans. Okay, I get it, but
a couple of days ago was Bobby Bonilla Day.
Dude, what a genius that agent was. Oh my God, he's going to get paid like till 2035. He sucked then, and he's being paid for decades. This is insane. Got a contract, man.
Matt, did you watch baseball at all?
Matt,
I caught him off guard.
Since I was a little kid.
All right, well then, to talk to you about it's useless. So let's move on.
What the God, let's go Mets.
Monte the Fowler would like to thank our theme song
Thank them.
band, Aqua Cherry,
Okay.
who sings our theme song straight to the top. You could also catch their other songs such as Yes, Yes, Forever, and Seasons.
Okay.
Aqua Cherry music can be found on Spotify, iTunes, Reverb Nation, or where music is sold. Also, our outro song is sung by our band Wisteria Hall, led by the Pharaoh as the lead singer, and his partner Bart Griggs. Again, Wisteria Hall, the name came from?
From the abandoned Kings Park Violent Ward, Building 15. I was just there yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
What do you do, just like hang out?
Yeah, it was kind of early. I was like, you know what, it's a nice day. I'm going to go for a ride and go play in the friendly abandoned insane asylum. So yeah, I went down there. And
So what, you just like
took
for a
pack
good
of
time?
cigarettes with me, you know, and
If you want a good time, hang out at the insane asylum?
This is kind of warped.
What is
I'll
that
admit
about, dude?
You know what's weird? It's surprisingly peaceful there, though. I do like going there. It's like you just...
With all the spray-painted doors and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's something about the smell of rotting ceiling. You know? What do you want from me? I like abandoned buildings. What can I say?
Well, with that, if that wasn't interesting
Probably my
enough...
future retirement home.
Wisteria Hall sings our theme song, In My Dreams, and you can catch other songs also like This Life, Not Far Behind, Here Comes the Rain. And you can also find their music on Spotify, iTunes, and Reverb Nation. You are watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte and Pharaoh. You can see us on the Monte and Pharaoh YouTube page, Facebook Live on Monte and Pharaoh page, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, Twitch TV, which is on now, RTF Sports Network, Fridays from 6 to 7 p.m. By the way, I called into one of RTF's shows today while I was at work.
You did?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
They were like starstruck.
They were?
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. You weren't doing one of your famous imitations.
No, I called.
You were actually calling in as yourself?
I called as Monte from Monte and Pharaoh.
Wow.
These guys look like they were going to whatever, but they were excited.
It got messy, huh? Interesting. Okay.
Scary.
Nice.
What people think of us.
Oh, good job.
Channel 115 every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9 p.m. and early risers on Channel 115 Saturday from 6 a.m. to 6:30.
Yeah, I see that show on my Cat's Not Chewing My Cable Wire.
You're looking fresh on this week's show. You had like a beard. Yeah, you look good. You look good.
I looked fresh.
Fresh.
Was I lit?
You were lit and fresh.
Mint.
You shaved your beard though.
Yeah, I did.
So did I.
Yeah, I know you did.
I'm growing it back though.
Oy.
It's scary when you shave your beard and go, man, that guy's ugly.
You having an image crisis recently? I mean, you've had so many. They all work for me, but you've had you had the Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Monty, out in the
I think I'm
woods
going
look.
through a midlife crisis right now.
Really?
Yeah, I think I am.
God.
It's tough getting old.
You think growing a mohawk, maybe? Or?
If I could grow a mohawk, that'd be nice.
What about the side ones?
Listen,
like
bro.
Hulk?
It's abandoned up there, man. Talk about Pilgrim State Hospital, dude. My head is Pilgrim State Hospital.
Little did I realize I should have just took your.
You should just hang out. You should just hang out on my head.
Yeah, but at least you don't have Rocky Mountain half-head fever.
What is that?
I don't know. I heard it's something really. It's contagious. I would avoid it.
Just stay away from doll head.
No. By all means. Oh, it's getting thin in the infield.
And if anyone doesn't know what doll head is, you ever see these people, right? They have hair, and their hair is so spread apart, it looks like a doll head.
Yeah, I kind of know. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying you have doll head.
Yeah, you marked me for life with that analogy about 6 months ago.
Matt, you ever see someone with doll head? I have not. It's kind of scary.
You haven't lived till you see someone with doll head, Matt. Anyway.
Jimmy and I would like to take a moment to show respect for the people who have lost their lives and the people on the front line during this time of crisis. All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast scene here out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York, every Thursday from 9 to 10 p.m. Before we get to our show, we're just going to take a quick commercial break. What do you think about that, Jimmy?
I think we'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte and the Pharaoh scene, every Thursday, produced out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York. Jimmy?
Yo.
Just a couple of days ago, we lost professional wrestler Killer Tim Brooks. For people that don't know Killer Tim Brooks, he was a wrestler down south back in the NWA days, most famously known for 1983. Actually, more people are aware of when Andre the Giant wrestled Hulk Hogan in 1988.
Right.
Andre defeated Hulk Hogan and then instantly sold the belt to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Correct.
There was an angle in 1983 in Georgia Championship Wrestling where Killer Tim Brooks won the NWA National Heavyweight Championship from Paul Orndorff.
Okay.
And Larry Zbyszko bought the belt from Killer Tim Brooks. Thoughts on Killer?
You know, I think I said to you before we went on the air, this is a very, very gray memory for me for some reason. Now, did they do much pushing of the Georgia National Heavyweight title or the NWA National Heavyweight title back in the day?
I think back then.
This feels like a belt I just don't seem to remember that passionately. So this particular moment in time for me is gray. What do you know? I actually don't remember every last armbar going back to 1942. But
yeah, but you know what? You know what makes you special?
What's that?
Because you have our storyline for this show way ahead of time,
Right.
but you're organic.
Yeah.
Most of these wrestling experts will go read up and act like they knew everything about Killer Tim Brooks.
No, I'm not going to come across as Sammy Smarty Pants. That's sickening to me. No, I really don't have much
Sammy
of a,
Smarty Pants.
I don't have much of a take on it, but I will say this much. I remember how hated Larry Zbyszko was, so when he bought this belt, that must have been, the fans must have been pretty damn pissed, you know? Now, knowing me, I'll probably go home afterwards, now that we've had my fresh take, and check it all out and see exactly what this was all about, you know? But, how old was Tim Brooks? Do you know offhand?
He was in his 70s.
Okay.
He passed away from cancer, from what I understand.
Where do you see his legacy? This one particular incident? In general, how would you sum him up? You seem to know a little bit more about, or remember more about him than I do.
Can I say it without insulting anybody?
Go ahead, be Monte.
Forgettable.
Really now?
Yep.
Okay, okay.
Is that wrong, Matt? Just call someone forgettable after they just pass away?
Oh, Matt.
I think that
it's rough.
Truth
And look, a lot of wrestling fans are going to be angry, but I'm sorry, Killer Tim Brooks.
What? This is just because you don't find him memorable. Wow, you jerk. Well, what's the problem here?
I mean, look,
I don't find certain
I'm not going to tear
memorable.
I'm not going to tear the guy apart, but it was like he was like Earthquake, not on steroids.
Okay.
That's the way I looked at him. You know what I'm saying?
I'll have to check out more. Again, I don't remember this too majorly anyway, but I'm sure Zbyszko must have pissed off some people. He had major heat.
But anyway, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Killaton Brooks at all. I just
absolutely
as wrestling goes, rest in peace. I just
this is our take
as a
on what we
wrestling fan,
remember.
I just wasn't a big
He'll
fan.
do it for you.
That's all.
What else you got for me, Mike?
Last week we had Tito Santana in.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Tito?
That was awesome. Tito's a great guy.
Great interview,
There's
right?
a guy who swings with the punches.
Absolutely.
He's an absolute class act too, and we appreciate him coming down, and I like him as a person.
So it's a little bit of old news, but we didn't get to cover it last week.
Okay.
By the way, I want to say before we continue on with the show, Jimmy, and July 4th's coming in, and on Facebook I get these memories of when I first started broadcasting way back, like 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I'm not going to go over the Monte and the Pharaoh story. No one wants to hear that old story, how we got together, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, sure.
But I have to say, it's an honor to be with you every Thursday and taking this journey with you. I was thinking about it the other day. I couldn't imagine being with anybody else and having the time that I have, the good time I have here.
Thank you, man. Same here. It's been an absolute riot. I mean, sure, there's been pressure because we take this thing seriously, but who else would it be but you anyway? I mean, I can't. It just wouldn't be.
I just sometimes I feel like you got to say it. So I don't want to get over emotional, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we didn't get a chance to discuss the issues that pro wrestling's having with sexual harassment and bullying.
Yeah,
right? I know it's a little bit of old news, but I think it's important we speak about it.
Okay.
The speaking out movement. Jimmy, the list is long, and I'm not going to go through everybody's name that's on this list because we could just spend the whole deal. But here's one interesting one. On June 22nd in 2016, and this is how weird this podcasting is, right?
Okay.
Some podcast has this wrestler, Sammy Guevara, on.
Sammy Guevara.
All right. No one really knew who he was, right?
Not at the time. Jericho's hand-picked prodigy right now in AEW. Go on.
Yep.
Okay.
He joked he wanted to rape. I'm going to say it one more time. Rape WWE Women's Wrestler Sasha Banks. The AWA suspended Guevara without pay, with Guevara agreeing to undergo extensive sensitivity training.
Right.
Guevara's paycheck will also be donated to the Women's Center Jacksonville. Thoughts on that?
Okay. The poorest choice of a word you could possibly imagine. Wow. Ouch. Part of me wants to, try. How you doing there, buddy? Part of me wants to. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, our esteemed head guy, Mr. Chris.
Yes.
Chris. Thank you, sir. Sammy, I think Sammy made a statement, and you know what's really, really unfortunate here? Think about when we were teenagers, because Sammy said this when he was a teenager, basically. That's 4 years ago. I think Sammy's like 22 now or something.
Right.
He's young, very, very young. Do you imagine when we were 18, something we said in the back of the high school or something? Cut.
Well, I don't know.
Listen, it's a dumb thing to say.
Wait, hold on.
Be saying.
Do you think at any time
you understand that I feel that way.
time in the back of a high school, have you ever said the word, I'd like to rape her?
No,
there's that girl, I'd like to rape her?
All I'm saying is
rape!
What a poor choice of words and what a young, dumb kid he was.
But you see, I don't, you know what?
That's all I'm saying.
To me, that's one of the words, that's not dumb.
Yeah.
It's not dumb.
No, it's beyond.
It's beyond dumb.
Fucked up.
It is.
It is. It's fucked up. It is what it is. I mean, I am trying to remember it's just a stupid
Well, again, we had Khan saying he would never have Hogan on his show.
Right.
But he's going to have a guy that said he would rape somebody.
Right.
There's a difference with saying, oh, my God, she's beautiful. Oh, my God, she's hot. Oh, my God, I'd like to have sex with her.
Yeah, by the way, it is perfectly okay to have these people, the speaking out and trying to get misbehavior and bad conduct in line.
Yep.
As long as we never get to the point where you and I are not allowed to say into the camera at home, we should be allowed.
Right.
That Alexa Bliss is hot.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Want to be allowed to say that.
Nothing wrong with that.
To the point where we're so sterilized that we can't say that. That's what I worry about. This crap
honestly
is bad.
Think about it.
Obviously.
Think about it.
What Sammy did.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman mentioning a man's attractiveness or a man talking about a woman's attractiveness. And let's even think about this.
Just keep it in check.
Honestly,
keep it in check.
you wouldn't be wearing the outfits that you wear if you didn't want to be called hot.
Let me ask you this.
Right?
I think that this was a strange contradiction.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Sammy's in trouble, and he should be. He should be suspended and yada yada and sensitivity. He should be.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think it was a little bit of a conflicting message that this week on AEW they had the babes in the bathing suits?
Thank you.
Come on, help me out here. They're sitting
Thank you.
there parading their physicality. Beautiful women
Yep.
sitting on beach chairs by the pool, looking so hot that
Beach chairs in an indoor stadium.
By the way, 8 out of 10 wrestling nerds probably ran to the bathroom and locked the door.
I mean,
I would blame you guys.
You hit it on the head.
I'm just saying, though. I mean, are they flaunting their flesh on parade?
First thing I was thinking of.
Right.
Oh my God.
Sending a conflicting message.
Yeah, exactly. And let me ask you something.
I don't know.
What is the mindset behind having women in bikinis at a wrestling match where there's no one there?
And you know what? Let's be fair, though. We have to make this a today's statement. For men to go, whoa, and for some women to go, whoa! Okay? They're there to look good. They're there to get you freaking looking. You know, like, hey, yo, wow. You know, like those chicks in the beach chairs, that wasn't a bad thing to be looking at as far as a viewer. You know? But isn't it a contradiction in terms, though? I mean, where's the line, man? That's what I'm saying. You know?
Well, it gets worse.
I mean, dude, every week for, like, Alexa Bliss for, 2 years, I had to give you a drool bib. I mean, does that make you a bad guy?
She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I would never put my hands on her. No! I've met her personally.
And you've never said you would want to do what Sammy said.
Exactly.
That's insane.
It's insane.
We're clear on that, right? Sammy Guevara, whoa, bad choice of
No,
words, bro. You fucked up.
Well,
you fucked up.
Wait a minute, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing.
It is what it is.
What kind of homework is this company doing that they hire him after he said this in 2016?
I bet you they were aware of it, but they never thought that there would be this kind of...
Or maybe they weren't aware of it, and you know
weren't?
what? And there's the point. Any show could have this one guest on, and you might just hit gold.
Right.
Right? 2016, they had this unknown guy on, and he said the stupidest thing in the world.
Right.
And now their podcast is known all over the place.
Is it? I wouldn't even know where this was said, but okay, I got you. I mean, sure.
On June 22nd, Marty Scurll was accused of taking advantage of a 16-year-old girl who was inebriated.
Ooh.
Thoughts?
Awful. Absolutely awful. I mean, where does this stand right now? He did not deny the allegations. He claimed the encounter was consensual. He's admitting to statutory rape, isn't he?
I would think so.
What the hell is going on?
I don't even understand that.
Listen,
You've just admitted to statutory rape.
Absolutely insane.
And how someone's not arresting this guy is beyond me.
By the way, I can't root for him anymore. I mean, it's just like, okay, you've crossed a major line. Screw your character. It's just like, I don't know.
Joey Ryan. Problem, Elgin been suspended. We had Elgin in studio.
Right.
Right? Here's the difference. I'm not just standing by Elgin.
Yeah.
But he seems like the only guy that just is standing by whatever he did.
Right.
And he said, suspend me. I'll just go hang out with my family.
Right. Yeah. I like Michael Elgin.
I do too. No, it isn't.
When we met him,
listen, no one's perfect.
Guy.
And you know what? He's not getting suspended for sexual harassment anyway.
Right. Jack Gallagher, Matt Riddle. The Matt Riddle thing bothers me because he suddenly gets promoted to SmackDown, and there it is. I'm like, okay.
Velveteen Dream seems to be getting caught up in a whole bunch of things, right?
No, why don't you go in a little bit into that? Please read the
He's accused of having inappropriate communications with minors as well as attempting to groom them.
What does that mean, by the way?
Try to bring them in. Like, hey, come on in. Wow. I'm going to work you over so you want to have sex with me.
Wow.
He had previously been accused of sending inappropriate photos to minors several months earlier, which in time he denied. Now, it looked like he was proven innocent on that, but there's a sickness right there. Then you keep doing it?
Wow.
You keep doing it?
Wow.
You got away with it, but then you do it again?
Has he been fired?
Not yet, but they didn't mention him last night on NXT.
I don't know if you'll ever see him again. If this winds up being true, I don't think you'll see him on Vince's program again.
I mean, what is going on,
I don't
man?
This, man? This is a meltdown.
Former WWE star Brodus Clay reportedly fired from Fox News show after Britt McHenry makes sexual harassment allegations.
Yeah, this is an avalanche of bad behavior. And when we asked Tito about it, he said that guys misbehaved back then, but apparently from what I took of it, it was a lot more consensual and there wasn't this sort of thing going on. I don't know.
How about the NWA president, Dave Lagana? Accused of sexual misconduct. The following day, Lagana resigned his position. Now, I read into that story a little bit. He was friends with this girl. He made a statement. I'm not going to go into it because these other shows have already gone into it.
Okay.
But basically, he was friends with this girl. She lived in his apartment, and they used to spoon together in the bed. But she's accusing him of sexual harassment.
Why am I?
And he resigns. But wait a minute. And he resigns. So I don't understand. You're spooning. You're accused of sexual harassment. But you were spooning with the girl, and I would think if you were spooning with the girl, that must mean that.
Isn't that a multi-party activity?
I would think so.
Yeah,
or at least it would be sending a message.
I mean, what do you?
If a girl crawls into your bed and you're spooning her, would you think that maybe she likes you?
Yeah, you might think that, Rabbit. You might.
You might, right?
You might, Rabbit. You might.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why do you resign then?
I don't know. Well, that's why I'm getting at. If we're not allowed to say she's hot someday, then it's gone too far.
First of all, who gives anybody the right to touch anybody, right? Look, there's nothing wrong with, in my opinion. Look, I'm just gonna say, there's nothing wrong with approaching a woman or man or whichever way you swing, okay?
Right.
And trying to have a date, trying to strike up a conversation,
right?
And then if you get signals, maybe going in for a kiss, right? All right.
Right.
But once that person says no,
right?
No is no,
right?
Right?
Right.
Who in their right mind thinks that anything beyond no is okay?
I don't know. However, though, there should be some well thought out especially on the female's part. Like, for example, do not go to someone's motel room at 2 o'clock in the morning with a bunch of dudes and then say afterwards, "I can't believe what happened."
Or
I mean, we were doing cocaine. The next thing I know, there's wieners everywhere. Stop it. You gotta know when you're putting yourself in a bad spot. You know what I mean? At least give me that. Give me that, because guys are dumb as shit. Guys will screw a hubcap if it hiccups. You know?
Or how about not follow the wrestlers around to every bar and hotel?
Yeah, what about them?
You know, what kind of message you're sending there?
Man, again, I thought it was an interesting point, too. They go out there, and they're so talented, many of these ladies, but they go out there in underwear. Let's be real. Let's be real here. You know, they're almost in their underwear, and then they wonder why some of the fans are like acting like savages.
But wait a minute, you can act like you can. Well, let me ask you this. So let's go a little beyond then.
Doesn't mean they
Here's a good
shouldn't
point.
be allowed to dress
Does a
whatever way they want.
does a fan back in the day when you could go to a wrestling match?
Nobody was going into Velvet McIntyre's toes.
No, but what I'm trying to say to you is, could you do cat calls at the female wrestlers or the female? I wouldn't either. But is there a line drawn there as a fan? Right, you're not touching them. You're not doing any of that.
Right.
Can you say Can you like make lewd facial? Not that I would do that because I wouldn't.
What, would you sit there and do a tongue thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I mean, you know what? Even a cat call today might be to the point where it's like, "Hey, you, quit whistling like that. I know what that whistle means."
I don't know. For the first time in my life,
bro.
I'm happy that I'm at the age I am because I tell you what, guys like Matt's going out there in the jungle now. You don't know what you're doing is right or wrong anymore. It's like, hello.
Rough.
With that, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
For me, it's hard for me to see.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Monte and Pharaoh seen here every Thursday out of Indie Music TV from 9 to 10 p.m. Real quick, Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Michael Allen Rubin chiming in on our YouTube page, and I forgot about this. Killer Tim Brooks wrestled in World Class Wrestling against the Von Erichs.
Okay. I do remember his connection to them faintly. Again, I will go back home and check out some more stuff on him. Obviously, I have to.
And he also weighed in,
fresh.
before we move to the next subject, that Cornette allegedly has wrestlers sleeping with his wife.
Oh, that again? I already heard Jim talk about that. He's like, what the hell do you people care what I do with my wiener and my wife? He goes, and nobody ever got forced to do nothing, and nobody ever got pressured. Get the frig out of here. I heard Cornette, by the way, Cornette is not apologizing for shit. You know, at least
Nor should he.
So far.
Nor should he,
He's
right?
like, I'm not going to turn around and go, like, whatever I do with my wife's my business, let them all say whatever they want.
If he swings that way, he swings that way.
I really don't know what the deal is at the end of the day.
So
he denied it. I know that much.
So let's talk about equality.
Equality?
Equality in the
What's
wrestling
that?
world. So
in the wrestling world?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was looking at some of the numbers of the women, right?
Somewhat relieved. In the wrestling world. Okay, go on.
Ronda Rousey, annual salary $2.1 million.
2.1 when she was there.
When she was,
okay.
she's status is unsigned, unlimited appearances.
Okay.
Charlotte Flair, $1 million, $50,000 per pay-per-view.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
Becky Lynch, $3.1 million under contract recently, $50,000 per pay-per-view.
Is she making more than Charlotte?
She's making more than Charlotte. She just
signed
a new
She's
contract.
making more than Ronda.
Alexa Bliss, $350,000 at $30,000 a pay-per-view.
Wow.
Bailey, $350,000 at $30,000. Asuka, $350,000, no pay-per-view revenue.
Okay.
Natalia, $300,000 at $20,000 a pay-per-view. Nia at $300,000, $20,000. Sasha, $250,000. Anyway, you get my point, right?
Yeah. Nia, actually, you could take Nia. She probably cost the company about $1 million a year in Band-Aids.
Well,
go on.
So,
she does.
You know, that's a legitimate point.
And she
Farrell.
does. She's expensive. She cost the company a lot of money on medical,
but
hurting everybody.
When we talk about equality, right? When you look at the men,
yeah.
All right. I'm going to pop up the numbers now. Sorry, I'm trying to get it up on my screen, so just bear with me.
Okay.
Lesnar, is looking at $9.3 million a year.
Okay.
Cena, 6.6.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, 3.9.
Yeah.
Randy Orton, 3.5.
Okay.
AJ Styles, 2.7.
Okay.
Rollins, 2.3. Miz, 1.9. Taker, 1.9. Now, someone said to me the other day, Taker, 1.9. The guy wrestles 2 matches a year.
Right.
$1.9 million for 2 matches.
$1 million a match or whatever.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Kevin Owens at 1.5. Dolph Ziggler at 1.2.
Right.
So my question to you is,
Ziggler's a millionaire.
But here's my question to you, Pharaoh.
Yeah.
If I was going to tell you, I asked you, Pharaoh, who are the top 3 wrestling stars in the WWE right now? What would your answer be?
Very, very interesting. You know what's weird? As far as who I consider, this is going to sound strange. Right currently now, because Brock's not around right now. He's not around right now.
Okay.
But I would say Brock. But he's not around right now. And the one I want to say, I think, is going on the shelf for a little while. Charlotte. I do not consider anybody else right now, maybe you can help me and give me a name, but outside of Brock Lesnar, currently, because Becky's not even working right now.
Right.
Outside of Charlotte, who's also going on the shelf, no one has that kind of sales value to me on that roster. So you cannot tell me that Drew McIntyre is worth what Roman Reigns is worth. He is not. He is not. Brock Lesnar is worth more than Roman. That makes sense. John Cena is currently worth a little bit less than Brock because fans are a little bit burnt on John.
Right.
And he still has effective appearances, so he shouldn't be making what Brock's making. Brock was the champ on and off for the last 7 years. He's been carrying them in many ways, Brock Lesnar. You can say whatever you want about him. He's the goods. He's worth the money. Okay? So do I think that this is lopsided? No, I do not. No, I do not. Well, it is lopsided. You just said, Star Monte Pharaoh just said the star of wrestling in the WWE is Charlotte Flair. $1 million. Right.
Lower than Dolph Ziggler.
Right. Do I think that's wrong?
Inequality.
Yes, I do. I do think that that's wrong. Okay? But am I surprised that, this is what I meant by that, am I surprised at the pay scale and the differential between the women in general? Nope. Am I surprised with the pay scale and differential between a Randy Orton or a Brock currently? No, I'm not. And So how do you propose to fix that one? You tell Dolph Ziggler you're really only worth $500,000 and taking a pay.
No,
I
think this week's theme.
Which I could see them doing.
I don't know. This week's theme is talking about how this goes on in the regular world too, right?
I'm sure
you
it
could
does.
have the same job as a woman, and more than likely you're going to be paid more.
You think that I've experienced that in my lifetime? I haven't. So whatever.
But you've heard it.
But maybe you have. Maybe you have experienced that. Do I think it exists? Absolutely. Have I seen myself ever get promoted over a woman in my lifetime? No.
Okay, fair enough.
Whatever. I haven't. Then again, I don't remember competing with too many people for jobs anyway. I'm like, I've got to have that position. I'm going to work myself to the bone and make my millionaire boss happy. Fuck that shit. You go compete. I don't give a fuck.
Well, that brings us to my favorite part of the show, the most annoying wrestling expert.
Again, why? Who? Where?
The mindset behind the most annoying wrestling expert is there's so many pro wrestling experts with so many podcasts, and we're not a podcast, everybody. We are a television broadcast, I will reiterate. Everybody's got an opinion, so every week I'll pull some wrestling expert opinion out, and in some cases they may be famous, in some cases they may be some dude that's talking out of his mommy's basement eating a hero sandwich.
Awesome.
In this case, we've got WWE's Paige, who has been out of action due to COVID. Okay. And by the way, if anyone's interested, I could probably pull it up in 2 seconds without affecting anyone.
What'd she do, Paige?
Paige, $2.5 million.
Yeah, she's worth a lot of money.
Enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, hold on a second. How am I supposed to feel bad for these chicks? Am I really going to sit at home and lose?
I don't think you feel bad for them, but if
you just told me that Paige is making twice the money of Dolph Ziggler. Hold on a second. Who does more in-ring, bust your butt work, Paige or Dolph freaking Ziggler? Inequality. This is an outrage. Because Ziggler, in that case, is worth about $10 million a year.
Paige has to say, I'm only just catching up properly with social media, and wow, seeing so many of you speaking out against these disgusting humans makes me so sad to see your experiences, but proud of you for telling your story. Keep using your voice. We love you and have your back. # speaking out. Thoughts on Paige's comments?
I have no issue with that. If that's how she feels and she's giving support to people who she thinks have been victimized, okay, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that.
Okay.
I mean, if you want me to make a joke, I could always come up with something. Hey, Paige, film at 11. I mean, what do you want from me? I mean, I just think it's pretty funny. Everybody stands on their mountaintop. Listen, I know the way people should be behaving, and you're not doing it. I can't anymore, man. I think everybody's closet's got a few bugs in the corner.
Not like these bugs, man.
No, these are bad bugs.
These are bad.
Sasha Banks, you're an asshole.
Exactly.
Well, did Sasha talk to Sammy?
I have not read any. I don't even think she knows who. Does she even know who?
She knows who Sammy is.
Does she?
Yeah, I think that she did address it, and she was fairly okay with the whole. She wasn't okay with what he said, but she handled it with a dignified statement. That much I saw.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Be right back.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte and Pharaoh, seen every Thursday, produced out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York. Pharaoh.
Yo.
Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah.
2016, Blanchard appeared in the WWE, making her in-ring debut for NXT. On April 2nd, 2016, in a match, she lost to Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
May 4th, she lost to Nia Jax.
Okay.
June 15th, she lost to Carmella.
Okay.
On June 13th, Blanchard returned as part of the Mae Young Classic and was eliminated in a tournament against Kairi Sane. What is your guess on the future of Tessa Blanchard?
If the WWE or AEW is smart, they will grab her right away. She is, in my opinion, besides Charlotte Flair, the best women's wrestler in the world. I don't understand why they booked her the way they did when she first came up those 4 years ago. She is better than Alexa Bliss. She is better than Nia Jax. She is way better than Carmella. And Kairi Sane, she's better than. She is the total package. In real life, she's a heat magnet. I understand that, so they may have to corral her a little bit and get her to stay within company guidelines as far as behavior or social media behavior goes. She's a specimen. She's got the genetics. I think she's fantastic. Someone should sign her right away. And if it was AEW, I don't understand why it hasn't happened already. Her father's there. The women's division over there needs all the help it can get. You're getting a Charlotte Flair type if you get her. That's what I think.
Could you imagine if the WWE signed her?
Yeah.
You're talking when Action's back, Flair, Tessa Blanchard, main event.
To me, it's a dream. I would love to see
How
Tessa
great. Yeah.
I would love to see Tessa Blanchard in the ring with Charlotte Flair. I think that it would be absolute main event stuff. Now, and that's women's wrestling. I am totally behind that match. So it really depends. It depends on what you give me, what kind of star power you give me. Charlotte Flair versus Tessa Blanchard. Oh, yeah. Sign me up.
I'm in.
Yeah?
And I don't think there's any chance AEW gets her.
Why
I just
not?
don't. I just don't because
her dad is there.
The division is so weak.
You're right. They need her.
Yeah, but she can't. Listen, you need your yin and yang, right? You know what I mean? There's so many.
Then you do.
It would be a travesty to wrestling fans if she went to AEW.
Then you do if she does go to AEW, you do what I heard Cornette say, and yep, I do like Jim Cornette because he's an experienced guy. He worked at Ohio Valley for years and years. You bring in Tessa Blanchard, and then you go out and you search. It's a big globe. There's a lot of great women wrestlers who have not been discussed. You find the ones who can physically work with Tessa Blanchard to put her over and put them over and build up a damn division around Tessa Blanchard's skill set. That's a genius talking, and I totally agree. You go out, you find women that no one's ever even freaking heard of, that are built, that can go with her, that are technical, amazing. That's what you do. You build it around her. Right now, what are they building it around?
As a wrestling fan,
Yeah.
you want to see Tessa Blanchard in WWE, don't you?
Yes, I do.
It would be a waste in AEW.
However, I'm weary, though, because her roots are in the NWA history and Tully Blanchard. And because the last time the WWE had someone that came through there was the Revival, and Vince McMahon pulled them in the office and was like, "You don't remind me of Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard.
Dude,
you guys suck."
No, listen.
I know you didn't like the Revival, so I'm opening the door for you.
Thank you for opening the door.
There you go.
Give me a break. They sucked. End of story.
Which one's Dawson?
It's
Which
like
one's Dash?
exactly.
Which one's Dawson?
Oh
Which
my
one's
God,
Dash?
they're in AEW. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, he shaved his mustache.
FDR, fuck the Revival.
Exactly. Give it a break.
Dude, the whole company's built on guys who hate Vince.
You can't. Listen.
Oh, look, it's Matt Hardy.
Well, wait.
Everybody's angry.
I want to get into that whole thing, but something interesting I caught. ESPN. You ready?
Go ahead.
Do you know that Europe offers betting on professional wrestling?
Wow. Thank God. Mike Monte.
Those seeking to bet on
live in Europe because you would be broke.
I would be broke.
You'd be like in an alley.
I can't get anything right.
I bet on Estrada and Rods again.
But now,
God damn it.
so if anyone knows when we do our predictions for pay-per-views, back when it mattered, Pharaoh hates it because if he gets them wrong, he gets mad. And I used to say to him, "Hey, guy, it's fake wrestling. Don't worry about it." But you know what? I would get mad if I bet on, AJ Lee to win and she loses.
I know you. The worst part is I could see it. We're living over in England, right?
Yeah.
And you're like
jolly old England.
Totally gambling your your life savings away on arm bars and hip tosses, right?
Yeah.
You would torture me. You'd call me up, Pharaoh. What do you think about this match? What do you think about that match? Who do you think's gonna win? Then when I'm wrong, you're a dick. Come on, I would. I'd be so miserable. I like to just watch the match and not have to predict something.
Could you imagine betting your hard-earned money on fake professional wrestling?
That's fucked up. Who the fuck
is it wrong for me to say fake?
I'm so convinced that Dolph Ziggler, this is his time. He's finally going to get that belt. He's going to take Drew McIntyre down. I'm putting 45 down on Dolph Ziggler at the 15-minute mark.
Think about it. If you have an inside knowledge of what's going on over there, you bet like $10,000 on somebody, and you know what's going to happen. You don't even have to sweat it.
Secretly calls one of his bookies. Like, I know. Bet $1 million on her. And he writes the finish.
Maybe that's what's happening.
Wow.
You might have just uncovered something.
Wow, holy Boardwalk Empire. Yeah, that's different.
Fighter Fest versus the Great American Bash. Who is the winner, buddy?
Ooh, good question. I watched both today. I liked both okay. you know what? I guess I'm going to have to side just a teeny-weeny bit with the Great American Bash. I guess so. They were both decent shows, but I got to be honest, though. Right before I watched both of those shows, and here we go, I'm going to open the door again for you. I decided to watch the other day with Bart rock and punk promos. And I'm sorry, man. Wrestling was I'm sorry.
It's not even close.
I'm watching this, and Punk and The Rock are like the crowd, and I'm like, you know what? We're missing those kind of stars, man.
There is no star power.
No. I think Punk was the last great middle finger.
I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to make a Monte statement. I'll ask you to weigh in, all right? Jake Roberts says that WWE is feeling the heat. Well, they feel the heat. You know, competition's good for everybody. This is Jake speaking.
This is Jake.
It makes people step up their game. Obviously, I'm going to tell you who I'm going for, AEW, and just because I want to. I think they have a good product. It's a different product, and different is good, especially with where the WWE is different is good. At the end of the day, competition is good because it makes people go out and work harder, and that's great for the fans. The fans reap the benefits of that, stated Roberts. Here's my statement.
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't realize, for all these AEW marks out there, the WWE's been doing a slow burn, right? And here's the difference. It kind of reminds me of the Yankees in a little way.
All right.
They have a roster.
But the Mets is such a much more family.
They have a roster.
Team.
They have a roster of young, up-and-coming men and women. Yeah. That NXT women's division is hot. Okay. AEW is nothing but old, retreads. And, Jericho's great. He's also 50.
Right.
Matt Hardy's great.
I understand.
He's also 50.
Right.
Jake the Snake, you're great. You're 63 years old. I'm sorry. There's no chance of survival for AEW. To try to compete with the WWE is a joke. And for anybody to think anything different, it's a joke. Now, I'll tell you, when I put on AEW and NXT, I like the look of AEW better. It kind of makes me not realize that there's no fans there. They have something going on there. And I'll also say Cody Rhodes.
I like Cody.
He's done. He's old.
I like Cody. I don't think he's old.
Weigh in.
I don't think Cody's old. I do understand what you're saying, and I said it just a few seconds ago, that the company is a lot of WWE retreads and a lot of guys who hate Vince. You know what I thought when I saw this statement from Jake? I thought to myself, what does a guy like Vince McMahon have to do to get a little loyalty? Is Jake the Snake, is he or is he not a Hall of Famer?
He is.
In Vince's company.
Yes.
Do you think that Vince over the years has tried to help Jake the Snake financially from time to time when he's had some problems? I bet you
listen,
has.
this is the wheel of life.
So I really wonder about this stuff because he's basically saying
it's the wheel of life, man. People, look, loyalty is very hard to come by.
Right.
A real friend is very hard to come by. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, we've had a lot of superstars in Monte and the Pharaoh, Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Some very loyal to Vince to this day.
Right.
Some hate his guts.
Right.
Okay? But again, people never take responsibility. I'm going to say it again. You made $1 million and you spent it on crack cocaine. That's your problem. That's not a Vince problem.
Right.
You know, you made $1 million a year, and you pilled yourself up, or you spent it on women, or you wiped your ass with your $100 bills, as so many wrestlers had said.
Right.
That is your problem.
Weird shit.
Okay.
Right.
So Jake the Snake, hey pal, it's all good. You don't have to like Vince, and you can root for the AEW. That's the planet you're on right now.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Right.
But you're betting on the wrong horse. And then the reality of it, Jake, stick with AEW because the WWE wants nothing to do with you. Triple H is leading the WWE. Right now, the product's not good. You'll agree?
Yeah, I'm not thrilled.
Okay. But in anything, there is a calm before the storm.
Right.
And you hit it on the head. The companies aren't building stars right now. They're building the star is the company.
The company, right.
But here's the thing. There will be stars in the future.
Will there?
Yes,
and
this game will
John
change.
Cena?
Don't
Because
know.
you've always said that might be it.
That's the last great wrestler.
Will there be another CM Punk? Because that's the last pipe bomb.
No.
I don't think there will be. So I'm not sure.
But will there be a...
You know what, though? Would it have been so bad? I bet you we both would have liked it very much because I got to be fair. Jake has been very good over there as a manager.
He's terrific.
As a manager,
Terrific.
He's freaking great, okay?
Right.
Would it have been so bad to have Jake the Snake come in and manage one of these up-and-comers in the WWE? Why can't they do that? Why does it always have to be
Because
another company
I don't think
grab someone whose legendary body of work is with Vince?
I get the
WWE
WWE's what they're doing. They're not bringing old. They don't want to bring back old stars. They do nothing for them, right?
In the future,
I mean, half the people don't even know who these guys are. Let's be honest.
Right.
We're 50 years old.
You know what's hilarious?
The 20-year-old doesn't even know who Jake is.
Right. And you know what's hilarious, too? And sometimes we don't even see it because people complain for so long, they don't even realize a whole era is happening right under their nose.
Sure.
Dude, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns have basically been the face of this franchise, very successful franchise,
yes,
for the last 6 or so years. Rollins has built a resume that's going to put him in the Hall of Fame. What about Kevin Owens' work over the last 5 years? You're going to tell me there's been no one there doing things? There have been.
I agree.
Lesnar's run is going to be talked about for 10, 20, 30 years.
Lesnar might be one of the greatest champions of all time.
Lesnar's such a dominant heavyweight
Lesnar
champion.
could have translated in 80s, 90s, and the Attitude Era. And
it doesn't matter what you give the people, because back in the day, what was the deal? The old traditional hardcores who all rage about today's wrestling. Back in the day, the champion was precious, and you didn't see him often, and he fought once a month. Well, when Lesnar did that, everybody did nothing but complain.
Because that's what everybody does.
It's just like, stop it already, man. It's ridiculous. Lesnar's run has been incredible since he came back almost, 8 years ago or whatever it was?
It's incredible.
Incredible.
That Royal Rumble was one of the best Royal Rumbles of all time.
And he's worth every penny.
That Royal Rumble last year, this year,
amazing.
was probably in the top 3 best Royal Rumbles
and
ever.
did he or did he not elevate Keith Lee in that Royal Rumble?
Now, you talk about a future
By the way, next
superstar.
week, Keith Lee, Adam Cole on NXT. North American champion versus NXT champion. That's going to be
Can I give you the Monte prediction?
Yeah, go.
Karrion Kross is going to come in and beat the shit out of them both.
He's going to win that belt.
Karrion Kross rocks, dude. That's a future superstar, too.
I agree. I think so.
Been around for a while, but he's a future superstar.
And it doesn't hurt. You know how Vince feels about big guys, especially that kind of look.
All right. With that, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Be right back.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte and the Pharaoh, seen every Thursday, produced out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York. Next week, we're back covering regular action, and then also on July 18th, obviously I put the wrong month on the script, WWE Superstar, that's what threw me off.
Wow.
What? WWE Superstar and WCW Superstar Virgil/Vincent will be in studio.
To me, Virgil.
Thoughts on Virgil?
Wow. How many people really fit in to that special little niche that Virgil had? Who else is even... Can you give me somebody that filled the role quite the way he did?
Nobody. I was thinking about that today.
He's kind of unique, and let's face it.
Did he take a lot of bumps too, like he did for DiBiase?
He did.
Okay.
And let's face it too, man. Very few heels have ever been over at the level that the $1 Million Man was. So Virgil was part of something very special. So that's cool.
Absolutely.
Absolutely cool.
And you know what? Talk about old school wrestling for fans that don't know, and the fans very simple to remember. One of the greatest vignettes ever was when $1 Million Man first came out with Virgil, and then he would offer money to people to do outrageous things out of the crowd.
Bring up the basketball.
How great is that vignette?
What he did to that little boy.
Why don't you tell the fans? In
Oh
case
my
they don't
God!
know.
He offered money. He said, if you can dribble the ball 15 times, he says it to this little boy.
Yes, yeah.
Must say just a little kid. You could dribble the ball 15 times, I'll give you a certain amount of money. It was a lot of money too. And I remember the kids doing the dribbling, and he's up to 14. And DiBiase knocks the ball away, so he can't get the 15th dribble. I was like, you prick! Oh, you miserable! That was great. And the kid was like.
By the way, for the fans that don't get upset, they brought the kid backstage and gave him money. So.
Oh yeah. Well,
Mayor Glenn Jacobs, you know who Glenn Jacobs is?
Yeah, it's the big red machine.
Right.
Yeah, go on.
Votes against mask mandate in Knox County. Thoughts on that
So
one?
let me get this straight. Kane doesn't want anybody wearing a mask.
The mayor of Knox County doesn't want anyone wearing a mask. The guy who made his career on a mask doesn't want to wear a mask.
You know what he should do?
What's
I think that he should, if he has to backtrack, he should say, okay, I've thought about it, and here's the masks we're all going to wear. And it's Kane masks. Have the whole town
That
wear
would be
Kane.
pretty awesome.
Have the whole town wear Kane
That'd be
masks.
awesome.
That would be, and the gloves. Got to have the gloves.
Can I ask how stupid this guy is, though? What is this guy thinking about?
I don't know what he's thinking about. Quite honestly, you've seen Glenn Jacobs' teeth. He might want to put the mask on.
Those aren't real
Dude,
teeth.
you could sail the Titanic in between his...
That's not right.
What? He's big as a house. I wouldn't say it to him.
Human growth hormones do that to your teeth, dude. Give the guy a break.
Hormones. So, you could sail a big pimple through it after he took steroids.
I just can't believe the guy votes against wearing masks.
I think it's hilarious.
This guy's
He's
friggin'
diehard
idiot.
Republican, I think, too. I'm pretty sure.
The Wrestling Observer newsletter notes that Vince McMahon wants to run live television shoots in front of paying fans as early as late July or early August.
Don't count on it.
Thoughts?
Don't count on it. I don't count on that. Do you?
I think it's going to happen.
I think it's translating a little better. The more people they've been putting in there.
Slowly,
translating a little better. They're trying to...
And I think
by the way, they're definitely piping in extra crowd.
Nothing wrong with that.
No,
dude.
it's okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not bad yet. It's not bad yet. It doesn't feel like the Garden. If they do that...
But I will when they start going to live crowds, and we're not talking about 50,000 people, 30,000 people. We're talking maybe 1,000 people.
Right.
Okay?
But how can they go to that with all these spiked cases?
I think if in an arena with 1,000 people, it's like you spread them out and you have the plexiglass.
Spread them out.
And then you slowly go that way.
All right. I guess we're going to have to wait and see.
Most recently, our friend Vince also, it's been reported that he made $177 million this quarter. Thoughts on that? The Vince haters are going wild, brother.
Gee, what a shock. Vince McMahon has always got a plan. What a shock. Yeah, good for him. That's what I think.
Well, the wrestling experts
and
are
he
out.
tackled it first, too.
The wrestling experts are like,
COVID.
he let go of everybody and now he's making millions.
Oh, okay. Whatever. I don't really know what people want. Did they want him to just pay people who weren't working?
Well, how about this? It's a publicly traded company, right?
He was the first one to go back out there in the COVID thing and put a product out so the fans could have some sort of distraction.
Which isn't good enough for the fans.
No, it's not, because apparently he was only checking people's temperatures. I don't know if you've heard this one.
Right.
But Vince McMahon was slacking when AEW was checking more than your temperature. I don't know if they were putting it up your rectum to top it off. I don't know what they were doing over there, but they were doing extensive testing. And it's Vince's fault for only checking everyone's temperature that they got COVID at the training center. Boy, you just look for anything, don't you, out there?
Yeah.
Don't you? Because you think you know exactly how to contain the coronavirus. You've been listening to Dr. What's his name, Fauci? Who gives a shit?
Message to the pro wrestling experts. The
Stop.
WWE is $1 billion company.
Not by accident.
It's publicly traded. It is the CEO's responsibility is to make money for its investors, not take care of your favorite tag team.
My favorite tag team. Fuck the Revival is my favorite tag team. I like them, but I certainly wasn't going to.
Let me tell you something. Those guys aren't worth the underwear they wear to a ring.
Look, if you're going to compare them to the Samoans, I am so with you. I totally understand
Let's do a test before we end the show.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Revival.
Yeah.
Fans out there, play the game with yourself. All right. Play with yourself.
They might not even know some of the comparisons.
The Revival are the Mange guys.
Yeah.
You ready? Adonis and Ventura.
Oh, stop. Not even close. Especially in the pizzazz department. Not even close.
The Killer Bees, who were in studio.
Oh, yeah, that would be a very... You know what? I'd like to see that match. That would be cool. Who else you got? Keep going.
Road Warriors.
Oh, stop it!
Demolition.
Wait a minute!
Demolition.
Oh, stop it!
Moondogs.
Dude, Fuji and Saito. Come on.
Gurria and Martel.
Beefcake and Valentine.
The point is...
Beefcake and Valentine!
The Revival sucked, dude.
Compared to
the Revival sucked.
Yeah, but you know who doesn't suck, though? Let's be fair before everybody out there completely melts down into a pile of wrestling pudding.
Wrestling pudding?
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
That's a good idea.
Melting them down?
No, let's make wrestling pudding and sell it.
That would be interesting.
We just call it wrestling pudding.
That would be cool. I think
it's fucking awesome.
What are you gonna do? Follow your dog around the house wrestling?
No, the legitimate pudding.
I wanted to. All right, fine. Is it going to have like
The Renee Young pudding?
What does the package have though? Does it have Monte and the Pharaoh? Like
Could have Monte and the Pharaoh. Never know. You have the Monte and Pharaoh
got
pudding.
running down my chin or something?
It's
I
not
don't
a bad
know how to
idea.
eat it right.
It's not a
And a
bad
cigarette the other line. I got a lit cigarette and pudding running down my. What do you think? I think that would be hilarious.
All right. So you were going to say something. I took you off track.
Real quickly, I'd like to say that the best tag team currently in the world is working for AEW, and they've had almost a half-year run. And I'm talking about Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page.
Oh my!
I love those two. What's the problem there? I'm allowed to be a little nerdy. Oh, you don't like them, huh? Well,
hi.
Kenny Omega.
I'm Hangman Page, and this is my gimmick. I'm drinking Scotch whiskey. Stupid.
He's a cowboy. Why is he drinking? Wait a minute.
Stupid.
Why is a cowboy drinking Scotch whiskey anyway? Hand him a beer.
Or how about this? Tony Khan.
Tony Khan.
He's drinking on the job. You're promoting drinking on the job, Tony Khan.
You better not say things about women. Hey, did those
Dude, I cannot believe.
show up yet?
How about our boy Trent Barretta, who is in studio?
I love Trent Barretta.
I think Trent's got to go by himself. He's got a good look.
Are you telling me that Chuck Taylor looks like the
Chuck Taylor looks like
mailman?
He should be on the revival.
Chuck Taylor's built like Sammy's.
Dude, seriously?
That's a problem.
The guy drinks whiskey. It's stupid.
Does he? I didn't see
Stupid.
that this week.
It's just dumb.
He was out there doing Stan Hansen lariats.
Dumb.
Because he's a Westerner.
People right now, I'm committing pro wrestling heresy right now, but you
Adam
know.
Page is not dumb. I like Adam.
I hate Adam Page.
Why?
I hate the Young Bucks. I
know
hate
you
Cody
hate
Rhodes.
Why do you hate Cody? Why, this is rough. You hate the whole show.
No, I like Luchasaurus.
Why do you... Okay.
The guy's a dinosaur.
So you hate Adam Page, but you like Luchasaurus.
Yes. And I like Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy.
Jungle
What's
Boy's
his
good.
ceiling? Is he going to be a big star in this business? Because when Jungle
Wait a
Boy,
minute!
Wait a minute!
Oh,
No!
oh.
When Jungle Boy turns sideways, he almost disappears. I'm like, what?
But you know what? Thank you. I forgot about this before we ended the show. MJF's promo at the beginning of AEW last night was friggin' awesome. And when he says to Jungle Boy, "Go home and spend your daddy's money,"
that was rough.
Oh man!
I turned to Bart. I'm like, wow, man, he's brutal.
Yeah, that was rough, man.
He's great. Well, that's because he has a nice hint of realism to his angle.
That guy should be in the WWE.
He should be in the WWE. He's top shelf.
Young Bucks suck.
They do not. I think the Young Bucks are fine for what they are.
It's video game wrestling.
Yeah, okay, I can see that point. That's fair.
I like Jericho, MJF, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus.
I like Jericho, MJF.
You like Dustin Rhodes in his stupid red
No,
makeup?
I do not.
Looks like an idiot.
Nope, don't like it. I like Jericho, MJF. Give me some Cody, and I do like the tag team. But you know what? I just named the top guys, basically, of the company.
And who's that? Who's that skinny guy?
Which skinny guy?
The guy that they just bring to the ring and throw around all the time.
Marco Stunt.
It's like, what is that all about, dude?
That's just insane. I mean, like, he literally looks like he's sitting in Mrs. Duffy's 8th grade Elwood Junior High class.
Marco Stunt makes me feel bad about my life.
Right.
Because I realized I could have been a professional wrestler when a guy like that is running around.
Yeah, somewhere along the line, we should have tried.
If that guy made it?
Yeah, we should have tried.
Come on.
We should have tried.
Anyway.
Oh, well.
We would have been good wrestlers, dude.
Would we?
I think so.
Yeah, we would have been rule breakers, though.
We could have, used our pudding and rubbed it in the opponent's eyes.
Yeah, I would have thrown pudding in someone's face. Sure.
Anyway.
And a lit cigarette. That would have been awesome.
You're watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte and the Pharaoh. You can catch us on YouTube on the Monte and the Pharaoh page, Facebook Live on the Monte and the Pharaoh page, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, channel 115 every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9 p.m. On channel 115 Saturday from 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. I got that time right.
Yes, you do.
Twitch TV, soon to be on channel 20 and soon to be on a CBS affiliate. That's a big deal,
yeah,
right?
It is. Yes, it
Not
is.
too bad.
Not too bad.
Be tuning in. We're going to have a lot of special guests. Most recently will be Virgil.
Right.
And then we've got a lineup. Just watch our pages for announcements. There is some big lineups and some really big surprises.
Yep.
It's very, very exciting. Anyway, thank you for joining us. This is Mike Monte.
This is the Pharaoh. Until next Thursday. Later.